The human body can survive 11 days without sleep, 3 days without water, and more than 40 days without food. Now we all know that playing with these limits, with dehydration and sleep deprivation, can be disastrous for the human body. But when you deprive yourself of food, it's not necessarily a bad thing. This whole video is gonna be a video log of me fasting for 7 days straight. Yep, I will not eat anything for 168 hours. Now, why am I doing this? We have seen fasting in many cultures and many forms. But there's no spiritual reason behind my decision to fast. And no, I'm not doing it to lose weight. You can't lose weight just by fasting. Not in a healthy way, at least. You lose weight by eating proper food with a caloric deficit and by increasing your metabolism by gaining more muscles. There's no shortcut to that. There are several reasons why one should fast. Fasting promotes blood sugar control by reducing insulin resistance. Fasting reduces inflammation. It can improve heart health by improving blood pressure, triglycerides, and cholesterol level. It can also increase cognitive functions, and it increases the secretion of human growth hormone, which is crucial for muscle repair. Some studies have also shown that fasting delays the aging process in rats and can also prevent cancerous tumor formations. But we need more studies done on human subjects before we can confirm anything for sure. I have done intermittent fasting before, and it did help me lose a lot of weight in the past. But I'm doing this for reasons other than weight loss. I want to reduce internal inflammation in certain parts of my body, and I want to benefit from the effects of autophagy. What is autophagy? It literally means devouring yourself. No, I'm not going to eat myself, but on a cellular level, fasting forces your body to sacrifice its weaker and damaged cell to create healthier cells. It's more complicated than that, but I will include links to research papers in the section below, so feel free to check them out. Now, time for a disclaimer. Just because I'm doing this doesn't mean that you should do it too. I have 2 years of experience fasting intermittently, and for my body, this isn't really anything new. I fasted for 36 hours a couple of times in the past, and I know that my body doesn't react negatively to it. Now, if you have some serious problems with your blood sugar level, or you have other health issues, please consult a medical professional before trying anything. I'm doing this because I have the necessary experience behind it, and I also know when to stop if things go south. I'm doing it at my own risk, and I'm responsible for my actions. So, if you're inexperienced, don't try what I'm trying. Start something small like a 16 hours fast for a couple of months and see how it goes. So I'll now go have my last meal before I start the clock. So it's been 24 hours approximately that I've eaten anything. I'm actually used to this. There are sudden bouts of hunger and irritability, but nothing that's too extreme. The first time I felt super hungry was after 18 hours. One thing that I was told by long-term practitioners is that you need to drink a lot of water. Like, a lot of water. Also multivitamins, because you still need your micronutrients. For people who are not used to fasting 16 to 24 hours, trust me, it's going to be extremely difficult at first, but you slowly train your body for it. For me, I know that the real challenge will start after 36 hours. This is officially the longest I've ever been without food. 50 hours later, I'm surprisingly well. I thought I'd be very hungry, but I just don't feel hungry. I felt severely hungry yesterday, but today it's very calm. And strangely, I feel full of energy. The reason why I feel this way might be because of gluconeogenesis. Now, what the hell is that? It's a metabolic process through which your body makes glucose. Now, in prolonged state of fasting, your body still needs that energy to run everything, to make sure that your brain functions. So the body basically creates glucose by breaking down other things such as lipid, which is basically fat. I also lost quite a bit of water weight. Before I started fasting, I was 107 kilograms, but today I am 105. The real challenge will be tomorrow, because I'm going to work out. I take it all back. About being calm and not feeling hungry, I take it all back. Last night I felt the strongest urge to eat something, and I was thinking about all the junk food that I would usually eat. Funny thing is, I was not really thinking about simple homemade food. I was thinking about all the wrong types of food with saturated fat and high calories. And I never had this much energy at night. I felt like I had 6 cups of espresso. I couldn't sleep properly. I worked on my legs today. You'd be surprised to see what you can do while fasting. Of course, I didn't do a lot of reps with heavy weights. I did maybe 40% of what I can usually do. I won't lie, I'm feeling like shit. But it's not as bad as I thought. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. So a couple of things before I start listing some interesting observations. Day 1 and day 3 were difficult, physically and especially mentally. But on day 4 it feels normal. There are several things that I've noticed in the first 3 days. For example, I used to have a metallic taste in my mouth if I didn't drink enough water. Now that's gone. Also, water and vitamin pills aren't enough. You also need salt. So I put a teaspoon of Himalayan salt in my water before I chug it. I also need to talk about bowel movements. Surprisingly, after 96 hours of fast, you still need to go to the bathroom. Although it just feels like you took a bunch of slow activating laxatives. Use your imagination. Working out was relatively easier, but I was running out of energy quickly. Not a bad day, to be honest. Today was pretty much how it was yesterday. I worked out again. Instead of working on my push muscles, I worked on my pull muscles today. I noticed that although my strength is there, my endurance gets depleted much faster. My refractory period in between sets is slightly longer, but not significantly. I was tired in general, but not hungry. I did notice that my extremities are colder than usual, but that's it. So a longtime family friend of mine, I call her Auntie, she sent me some food. I'm still fasting, so obviously I put it in the fridge so I can eat it later. Out of curiosity, I took off the lid and smelled it a little bit. It's just some chickpea curry and some chapati. It's simple homemade food. Oh, for a moment I was high on that smell. The things we take for granted. Which really makes me think of people who do not eat for days. People who cannot afford to have a daily meal. And we know there are many places where it's a daily reality for some people. Now imagine somebody who is hungry for days, passes by a restaurant or someone's home or a food truck, and can smell the amazing food that are being prepared there, but cannot afford to eat it. How would they feel? They are at the end human beings just like you and I, just with different privileges and circumstances of birth. Wow, we are so privileged and we don't even realize it. Don't waste food, guys. Don't waste it. And please be grateful of the things that you have, no matter how simple those things are. For you, it might be a simple thing that you take for granted. For other people, it's a luxury. That was one of the most challenging things that I've ever done in my life. And in the process, I've learned a lot about myself. I got a better understanding about my somewhat bad relationship with food. I realized how much time and money I wasted on food that I didn't really enjoy. And most surprising of all, I learned how doable this 7-day fasting is. I didn't really feel weak or lethargic, but on the contrary. I exercised at the same time. I noticed that I didn't get sore at all. My trainer told me that I will eventually feel sore once my muscles start to heal. I'm not taking any protein or any food, so the healing will start when I start eating again. This experience also gave me a clearer picture on my mental strength and willpower. One thing I've noticed, and it was unexpected, is the rapid weight loss. No way this is just water weight. Due to gluconeogenesis, I knew that my body was going to use my fat reserve to create glucose, but to this extent, I had no idea. I lost around 6.6 kilograms and lost 5 centimeters around my waist in just 7 days. But do not treat this as a weight loss method, because in no way this is sustainable. You need your macros, your carbs, your fat, and especially protein to grow your muscle mass and increase your metabolism. I would say you should only fast for its other benefits that I've mentioned in the beginning of this video. Will I do this again? Absolutely, but once a year. I need to allow my system to slowly get used to food. So I will start with a protein shake mixed with equal parts water and equal parts orange juice, and this is what I'm gonna break my fast with. So tomorrow I will also have these shakes as my meals, but maybe add a little bit of oatmeal to get that extra carb. And the day after I will have the same thing again, but with almond milk instead of orange juice, plus some rice and pan-seared salmon as solid food. After that, I will just go on a regular balanced diet with food cooked at home, with an eye on my macros and my caloric intake, because in the long run, this is what's going to help me reach my goals. Now, without any further delay, I'm gonna break my fast. Oh, by the way, if you watched this video this far, you clearly like my content. So hit that subscribe button as hard as you can and press the bell icon. If you're watching this on other social media platforms, like, follow, and share with your friends. Oh man, this really hits the spot. What a journey.